And welcome into this edition of ACAP Today for the month of July 2025. I'm Jason Parent with the Aroostook County Action Program. On this edition of ACAP Today, we're going to speak with the organizers and coordinators here at ACAP and our community partners of the upcoming Back to School Bash. Yes, we are indeed in the heat of the summer in the month of July, but very soon students here, especially here in Aroostook County, will be preparing to go back to school, and that will include the need for school supplies and to be able to connect with local resources. That's what the Back to School Bash is all about, and we're going to talk about that with some of the people who are putting it on the date that's coming up. But before we do that, we're going to first get to the news and information that you can use, again, for the month of July 2025. And we begin in the news and information that you can use with the highlight of the Back to School Bash and the Fall Farm Fest, and that's happening on August 7th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at our ACAP Customer Service Center at 771 Main Street in Presque Isle. That's the building right near Walmart. We'll have the parking lot blocked off that day, and we'll be connecting with our community in very meaningful ways. In addition to the backpacks, which we'll be talking about, and the school supplies that will be filling them, we'll be connecting with the community with some fun events and some information and resources that you can access across Aroostook County as youth prepare to start another school year. The resources obviously extend beyond that of just youth and to the entire family. So we'll talk more about the Back to School Bash and Fall Farm Fest coming up in our feature interview on this edition of ACAP Today. But for now, we do have some summer, a lot of summer ahead of us here in Aroostook County. And with summer in the county comes the fresh produce that comes through the ACAP WIC Farmers Days. We partner with a local farmer, Gons Farms, of the Caribou area that comes to our customer service center in Presque Isle near Walmart. They'll be here in July on the 16th and the 24th, and then they come back in August as part of the Fall Farm Fest days with the Back to School Bash. So they'll be here on the 7th, the 13th, and the 28th, and then they round out the season in September on the 4th and the 10th. Now, on the days that they are scheduled to be in Presque Isle for the WIC Farmer Days, they are here from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. or until they run out of produce. Again, that's in the corner of the ACAP parking lot, the Customer Service Center parking lot here in Presque Isle. Fresh local produce, community connections, and so much more. You do not need to be a WIC participant to attend the farmer's market and to purchase fruits and vegetables from the farmer. But if you are a WIC customer, you can very much do so and use some of the proceeds from the WIC program that you benefit from to purchase the healthy fruits and vegetables available at the WIC Farmers Days. So looking forward to another season of that here this summer. We also want to remind folks that the Workforce Connector, it's been a huge success. It's a program of our partner agency, Aroostook Regional Transportation System, is still providing rides for individuals who do not have reliable transportation or for whom transportation is a barrier from securing and maintaining employment. So why don't you call ARTS if you are in this position and see if the program is right for you. It operates from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday at no cost to program participants and offers door-to-door service from home or wherever you start your day to the office or to the workplace and from the workplace back to home. You can contact ARTS at 764-5246 or you can email them at aroostoktransportation.org. ACAP is proud to be a partner with ARTS on this venture, as is Aroostook Partnership, NMDC, McCain's, Temple Employment Services, and Huber, who are all partners with this particular program and showing quite a bit of success here in the county. We are also putting the word out there that our housing department here at ACAP is seeking skilled contractors basically to work with our housing team to complete home repair projects across Aroostook County. These include home repair, weatherization, and accessibility projects from well repairs and replacements, heating system repairs, electrical systems, roof and chimney repairs, structural repairs, some lead paint mitigation, energy efficiency improvements, and accessibility improvements. Contractor requirements vary, but include having insurance, trade certificate and licenses, certifications, registration with the Department of Environmental Protection. That's only necessary for some of that work, and installation blowing machine or other necessary tools. If you have any questions and want to explore this as a possibility, please do contact BJ Esty, who is the manager of ACAP's housing team. You can call him at 207-554-4147 or email him at bsd@acap-me.org. We really encourage folks to help us in this endeavor, as it helps to keep particularly seniors and families with young children warm and safe in their home. We are also putting the word out there to youth across Aroostook County, and by youth we mean folks ages 16 to 24, about ACAP's youth career counseling services. It does everything from helping pay for transportation, educational advancement opportunities, helping you learn what employers are looking for, providing on-the-job training opportunities, helping to pay for things like childcare, learning money management skills, financial support for uniforms and work clothes, helping to prepare cover letters and resume building. So if you are age 16 to 24, this is a great program for you. You can connect with an ACAP coach here at the agency. You can call us at 764-3721 or email us at workforce@acap-me.org. Moving on, we want to remind you of the community aging in place. Earlier in the previous slide, we were calling for contractors, but this is if you are in a position where you need help in your home, looking for things like no-cost home safety checks, minor maintenance repairs, and accessibility modifications for lower-income households that include someone in the household for 55 or above, or have a disabled resident in the home. Examples of the work that we can perform are things like installing grab bars and handrails, putting shower seats in, lever door handles, kitchen and bathroom faucet replacements to make them easier to function, and looking at minor repairs such as doing some moderate winterization of the home, gutter work, steps and existing ramps, fixing those up, and minor plumbing and electrical work. Now, the safety check works include looking at the dryer vent, furnace filters, light bulbs, as well as smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detector installation and making sure those are working properly. For more information and to check on your eligibility for the program, give us a call at 764-3721, or you can email us at info@acap-me.org. Now, our homebuyer education classes do continue to roll through here for 2025. We are doing a combination of virtual and in-person classes. These classes really offer an approved 8-hour, you do it in one shot, homebuyer education class, and it's actually taught by industry professionals, people who work in the lending industry, home inspectors, real estate agents. It's done in an educational and non-sales environment. And the homebuyer education classes really provide an opportunity to learn about the process of buying a home and also maintaining a home. These are open to the public. There's no income eligibility guidelines. And for income eligible households, you do receive tremendous benefits toward the purchase of your new home if you do go through with that process, including some of the closing costs that are covered for. Now, our upcoming classes in July, we have one on July 13th. That's a virtual class that will be happening online. That's on a Sunday. And then we repeat another virtual offering on Sunday, August 2nd. And then if you prefer an in-person opportunity, we will do that at our customer service center in Presque Isle near Walmart. On Saturday, the 6th of September, that will be an in-person offering in a classroom conference room here at ACAP's Customer Service Center in Presque Isle. For more information on this offering or to register, you can call us at 764-3721 or email homebuyer@acap-me.org. Now, ACAP is also looking, as we prepare to start a new school year here, not that long from now, for teachers, teacher aides, Ed Techs 2 and 3 in the communities as follows: Caribou, Limestone, Fort Kent, Holton, and Presque Isle. We offer competitive pay. We take care of the health insurance, the employer premium. One of our plans, we completely cover the cost on the out-of-pocket cost on the premium for that. There's obviously the out-of-pocket cost when you seek treatment. We also do dental and vision insurance, retirement, paid holidays, and earn time, as well as tuition reimbursement and have opportunities for career advancement. If you are interested in any of these positions in early care and education, or want to check out any of the other positions that we might have open in the agency, you can go to acap-me.org/join our team. And if we haven't talked about something and you're finding yourself in need of assistance, or just trying to see what resources might be available for you or in your household or family, friends, and neighbors, we encourage you to contact us here at ACAP at 764-3721. We have individuals who have a very, very great knowledge about the products and services, the services and programs we offer here at the agency, but can also help connect you with partner agencies services as well. Again, that's 764-3721 if you would like more information on programs and services that are offered here in Aroostook County that you might be in need of service. And that's the news and information you can use for the month of July 2025. And as I noted at the top of the broadcast, we're pleased to welcome some of our local ACAP team members and a great community partner in Town Square Media to the feature interview for this month's ACAP Today. And we're going to be talking about some key events that are happening this summer. And it's hard to believe, as we're welcoming July here, that we're already thinking about back to school, but it's an important thing. It's very important that we send youth back to school prepared for the task at hand and to ensure their success in the classroom and beyond. And so I'm very pleased to have joining us from Town Square Media, Ryan Garrett, who is the general manager there. Ryan, it's a pleasure to have you on ACAP today to talk about this important partnership.
Yeah, thank you, Jason, for having me. And yeah, we feel it's very important to partner with community partners like yourself to be able to help out, people in need in the community for sure. So happy to help.
Indeed. Thank you so much. And from our own ACAP team, the lead of our prevention team is Teresa Dow, and one of her community educators that really leads a lot of our work in healthy eating, active living in the community, but they work as a cross-disciplinary team and do great work across the county and in multiple platforms, is Renee Bragdon. So Teresa and Renee, welcome to the program. Excited to chat with you about your exciting plans for a very, very busy day for us here in August, where we get to connect with more community members in one day than any other in the course of the year. So thank you for all the work you're doing on that and for what we're about to talk about.
Thank you.
Looking
All
forward to
right,
it.
Ryan, let's start with you, because really the heart of the key component for many people of what we call the Back to School Bash is the Aroostook Backpack Project and the collection of the school supplies. I'm going to bring up on the screen here the options for community members and for partners like Town Square Media and the other businesses. There's both the give help component, which is where we're really turning to our local community, to business partners, to generous individuals and others to really help us collect the supplies, to be able to have backpacks stuffed with school supplies, age appropriate school supplies for children. And then there's the get help component, where we're saying to our community members, if you feel that you're going to be in a position where it's going to be difficult to equip your child or children for school for the coming year, with the appropriate school supplies. And here in Aroostook County, many schools start early because of the potato harvest recess. So we try to get ahead of the curve on this. But Ryan, why is this so important for Town Square Media to be such an integral partner with ACAP and bring in other community partners and businesses that you regularly associate with for this project?
Well, we feel here at Town Square that education is very important in developing children as they grow and turning them into productive and good community members in the future. And for us, it's just something that is is really important. We do it across the country in many of our Town Square markets. And we're more than happy to help out. And we've had some great community partners along the way with Walmart and Katahdin Trust and US Cellular have all kind of pitched in year after year and just really, helped us get to the goals that you guys have set and the number of backpacks that have been needed. And it's great to see everyone come together and do that for sure.
Now, the collection of school supplies really does extend over a few weeks, but there's sort of one day where we have sort of a lot of awareness built through Town Square about this one day, and it's called the Stuff the Bus event. Tell us a little bit about that event and why that one is so important. We usually have many members of the Town Square team there that are joining us and really building enthusiasm and excitement for the backpack project.
Yeah, so that one day we focus of 3 hours of collecting supplies right at Walmart and Presque Isle, and um, we try for a couple of weeks to really get the word out to everybody. So it's a central collection place that people can bring their supplies and donate them and get their picture taken with the bus. And we've seen over the years just so many different smaller projects of people that have really taken it to heart and have tried to um, jump on board. Year after year, it's a lot of the same people who come, and it seems like every year their donations get bigger and bigger, and they want to help out kids in need all across Aroostook County.
Now we have a wish list up of items on the screen here, and really what we do try to do on the sort of get help side of things when a parent or caregiver registers their child, we ask about grade level and need and things of that nature. But really, you see sort of a wide array of school supply items here that are needed. So every little bit helps, and certainly Ryan, any monetary donations help as well because it helps us to sort of fill the gap where maybe we don't have enough crayons, for example, for children in the younger school years. So talk about the school supply items and why those are so important.
Yeah, so it's a lot of just the basic needs that kids have, when you start talking about right down to pencils, pens, crayons, erasers, things like that. It's nothing is too small, no donations too small, whether it's a package of pencils or crayons or it's, 10 3-ring binders. It doesn't matter. Any little bit will help. And like I said, we've seen kids come in and they want to help out their classmates. So they'll come and donate $5, or they like to go in and buy, maybe some crayons or something that they like to use while they're at school. So it's kind of a project that anybody can help with, whether you're a child in school or your grandma or grandpa or the biggest business in Aroostook County. Everybody can pitch in and help out with this project.
And what's really great about this project is sort of there's a handover in operations, there's the collection drive, but then there's the equally important part of it, which is the celebratory part of it and the ability to do the outreach and to connect with the families across Aroostook County, both those that are in need of the school supplies and those that just want to connect with other resources and have a good time. And that's where the work really transitions to ACAP's prevention team, which is really in a major way taking the lead this year on our back to school bash. And Teresa Dow, you're leading the team that is bringing that project back to the customer service center in Presque Isle, the ACAP customer service center parking lot. Tell us about that event and your team's efforts behind that event. Oops, you're muted, Teresa. There we
Sorry
go.
about that. I had a feeling I was going to do that.
Mhm.
So the event is going to take place on August 7th from 10 to 2, and the rain date will be August 8th. This year we have sort of changed focus a little bit. We want to invite local resources. So it can be anywhere from Northern Light Health to Northern Lighthouse to AMHC to Raven. We want to have a variety of different agencies here tabling at the event to be able to share with community members resources that they may not be aware that they could potentially tap into in a time of need here in Aroostook County. We're also collaborating with Lions Quest International. So one of the great things that our prevention team does is they offer some social emotional evidence-based curriculum throughout Aroostook County to youths 10 to 18. So it helps with healthy conflict resolution, how to have healthy communications. And through that work, we've been offered sponsorship to have a kindness day that's tied into this event as well. So one of the things that the prevention team is looking to pull together is a rock painting event So we've ordered rocks to come in, we've ordered paint, we've ordered paint markers to be able to sort of represent and to draw on them what kindness means to you, or something that represents kindness to you, your family, or something that you see in the community. So we're really excited to launch that new component. We're going to have a bunch of different activities. We're going to have some youth that participate in local soccer teams that are here, assisting with like showing skills for soccer and things of that nature. We're going to have some sidewalk drawings. We're going to have music. We've not done that in the past, so we're hoping to have some music with a little bit of an area where kids want to burn off some energy and dance. We are more than welcome to have them join that space and enjoy themselves along with their parents. We're going to have some minute to win it games, as well as a seed planting station, which I'll let Renee lead that conversation when we get to it. But we're also still incorporating the Touch a Truck event this year. So we have confirmed that we will have a fire truck, an ambulance, and a police vehicle here that day, along with our new mobile service unit for community members to go in and explore and to see what that looks like. And just to have a really great time with family. That's probably one of the things that I most enjoy about this event, is you get to see them interact, you know, parents competing against their children, friends competing against one another in some of these games. So it's a great day across the board.
It is. And Renee, before we get into some of the specific activities that you and other members of the prevention team are planning beyond what Teresa just talked about, talk about why this day is, and this event in particular, is so important from your perspective.
Well, as the school year wraps up, we're shifting focus, on next year, and we're just looking to make a meaningful impact for our local students right here in Aroostook County. And support within our community comes in many forms, and it can be done in many ways. But we're uniting our efforts, and we can make great things happen. And I think this specific event, it will equip thousands of students across the county to have the tools they need and to be successful at school. And, we've set a goal of 1,000 backpacks, and they're going to be filled with essential supplies that kids really do need.
Now I know that the portfolio, or the part of the portfolio in prevention that you really lead for us, involves healthy eating and active living. So talk about some of the things that families can expect to enjoy at our Back to School Bash this year that will be consistent with the work of your program.
Yep. So this year we've chosen a Fun Farm Fest theme. And so one of the activities that is super important that we're excited about is a seed planting station. And it's so important to see and actually for kids to know where their food comes from. And so we'll have that station. They can take those home and plant some seeds, and hopefully, get to see that process and be part of it themselves.
And so, Teresa, we talk about the sort of connect to purpose. And I know that when we were having conversations earlier this year in the cold of winter, this is usually always happens to be one of the hottest days of the year, it seems, when we choose our back to school bash day. But when we were talking about this in the dead of winter, talk about how this really does connect with the work of the ACAP prevention team and the mission of that work as it relates to some of the things that happen statewide, because these are programs and services that are offered, albeit look differently across the state of Maine. But how does this particular event, the Back to School Bash, and now talking about the Farm Fest theme, really connect to purpose with the work of your community educators?
It allows us to do it in a different platform, which is really exciting. Throughout the year, this includes Renee. She's mainly in meetings or rushing from here to there to be able to connect and to build community collaboratives. So this allows our team to really sort of put some things into action. So the minute to win it games are something that the tobacco team does throughout the year when they do some of their catch my breath training. But it also exposes the parents to some of the curriculum that their children may be receiving in schools that they may otherwise not be aware of, or maybe they haven't participated in. So we're really excited to have to be able to shift gears and to just have an exciting day, to be able to have activities and not necessarily have to do all of the curriculum that goes with it. I will share that we are encouraging community partners that are tabling that day. We're hoping that we're able to see some of them decorate their tables or their booths around the Fun Farm Fest theme. We think that that would be a really great way to tie the day together. And we're also hoping that some of them may also have some interactive ideas and games for children, their families, and youth to be able to participate in.
Now, Teresa, you mentioned the popular return of Touch a Truck, which was sort of an event. You've done those in other parts of the county, and last year we did have public safety officials present on site. So it really does, sort of bring the whole community together in the various parts and components. You talked about the exhibitors and the other services that we want to bring to the table, but this is an opportunity to really come together as a community before the start of a new school year and to make people aware of critical services that they might need at any given day.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And it also, you get to have that one-on-one interaction. So it helps to build that trust that otherwise may not be there if you've never been in a situation or you've never interacted with somebody like a police officer or an EMT or a firefighter. So it gives the whole community the ability to do that. And those were calls that we made in recent days, and they were the teams happily accepted the invite to be here to represent on that day.
And Ryan, when you listen to this, as Town Square is a very engaged company here in Aroostook County in community engagement and involvement, the fact that you're an essential part of the collection of the school supplies, what are your thoughts about the fact that it's just not, we just don't merely have an event or an appointment where somebody comes in and gets their backpack and then leaves. There's this opportunity to engage with other services and other programs and to learn. As folks head into a school year.
Yeah, I think it's a great way to distribute the backpacks. Last year was the first time that I had a chance to be there and kind of see what was going on, and just the families that having fun and interacting with all the different things that you guys put together for that. I think it's really important. That shows, that there are like all these different events for kids to do and fun things to kind of get them excited about the school year and get them their backpack and the stuff that they need. And yeah, I think it's a great day for that you guys put together. It's perfect.
We definitely appreciate the partnership, Ryan. It wouldn't be possible without the key component of the school supplies and backpacks to be able to ensure that children and families get off to a good school year. What haven't we talked about that the three of you want folks to make sure that they know about in terms of the collection of school supplies or the upcoming back to school bash activity and how that all comes together? Brian, let me start with you. Anything that we've not talked about that you want to make sure you messaging you get out there to the public?
Yeah, I mean, Walmart make sure that they put out bins early on, so they have a couple of weeks that they have those out and people can drop off their school supplies in those, and it kind of coincides with their back to school sale that they have. So the school supplies are usually right up front near the registers and easy to find, and people can grab those school supplies and drop them off in the bin anytime, and we'll include those as part of our collection for that day.
We also have here, if you're, for example, from another part of the county and coming into Walmart's not convenient and you want to give help, you can pledge that assistance online. There's a QR code here on the screen that you can capture, and it'll take you to a form to be able to provide the support. And then on the other side of things, if you're in need of school supplies for your children heading into this coming school year, we also have a form that we ask you to complete so that we can make sure that we have the right number of backpacks for different age groups available and the appropriate school supplies to place in those backpacks. So what you're seeing here on the screen is both of those modalities, a way to give help and a way to get help. And Ryan, remind everyone as we're heading toward it, what the date is for the Stuff the Bus event.
Yeah, so Friday, July 18th, from 3 to 6, Walmart and Prescott will be right out in front of the school with the yellow school bus, and stop by, and we'll have some stuff there too that you can sign up for. We're going to give away some tickets to waterfront concerts that day. So, an added incentive to swing by the Stuff the Bus event and bring in school supplies for kids and sign up for a chance to win some concerts to the waterfront.
Indeed, there's still some summer concerts to be had on the 18th of July and beyond, because my goodness, is although that's one of the toughest parts of me for the school Stuff the Bus event is to get your mindset wrapped around the fact that summer may be coming to an end, because gosh, it's a fleeting moment here in Aroostook County. So, but do appreciate your partnership on that. And so how about Renee, other things that we want to make sure that people know or that you haven't talked about that you wanted to share as it relates to the Back to School Bash and the Fun Farm Fest theme?
Or I'm just thinking, this is an outdoor event that we're holding, but it's more than a celebration. It's really a powerful way to show our families and our students, and within the community that we're behind them every step of the way. And I must say, our staff is pretty excited for August 7th. I'm looking forward to it.
We are looking forward to it as well. Thank you so much. And thank you for all of the effort that you and other team members and Teresa, you are putting into making this event hugely successful and meaningful for our community. What haven't we talked about from your perspective, Teresa, that you want to make sure people know?
One thing I do want to say is that the event is free. So if, for instance, you may not be a family that is in need of a backpack, but you want to come and you want to explore and you want to see what is available that day and you want to participate in the activities, please come down, enjoy the day with us, stop into the different booths and say hello. And you'd be surprised. Your kiddos just might know, or your youth might know some of our community educators. So please know that this event is open to anyone and everyone who wants to attend. The more the merrier.
That's right, Teresa. They're often seeing the community educators from ACAP right there in their classrooms and in their school environment. So it's also a way to reconnect with members of our community education team. So good reminder. Thank you so much to Ryan Jarrett, Renee Bragdon, Teresa Dow for joining us on this edition of ACAP today. Before we leave you guys and before we leave everyone else, we want to share with folks our highlight snapshot for the month of July. And accordingly, with our theme here of Back to School Bash, it's some of our own early care and education students in our Head Start Partnership classroom at the Presque Isle Technology Center who took a moment to take this photo in the waning days of their school year. These children will likely be in kindergarten in the fall, in the coming month here in the SAD1 school system, but they finished out their time and their year at the ACAP Early Care and Education Head Start Partnership classroom at the Presque Isle Technology Center with some frisbees and sunshine and lots of fun and smiling faces there, ending one school year and with the support of the members and our guests on this week's ACAP Today and so many more in the community. We'll certainly have a solid start to the next school year and a great fun event happening on August 7th. That's this highlight snapshot for the month of July, and that's this edition of ACAP Today. We'll be back in August with a brand new edition, but please do join us on August 7th for the Back to School Bash and support us on the Stuff the Bus event on July 18th in partnership with Town Square, Walmart, Katahdin Trust, US Cellular, and other community partners who roll up their sleeves and help us get the job done. I'm Jason Parent. We'll see you next month. Have a great rest of July, everyone.